PM Juga is based on learnings and success of PM Janman, Pradhan Mantri Janjati Adivasi Nyaya Maha Abhiyan. Aim improving socio-economic condition of tribal communities by adopting saturation coverage for tribal families in tribal majority villages and aspirational districts. Implementation. It comprises 25 interventions to be implemented by 17 line ministries through funds allocated under Development Action Plan for Scheduled Tribes (DAPST) in next 5 years. Tribal villages covered will be mapped and progress will be monitored on PM Gati Shakti platform. Mission's 4 goals: Golai, developing enabling infrastructure such as Pakka House for households and improving village infrastructure. Goal 2. Promotion of economic empowerment through skill development, entrepreneurship promotion and enhanced livelihood, self-employment. Goal 3. Universalization of access to good education. Goal 4. Healthy lives and dignified aging. Innovative schemes under PM Juga Tribal Homestay to tap tribal tourism and alternate livelihood. 1,000 homestays will be promoted under Swadesh Darshan. Sustainable livelihood forest right holders. FRA special focus on 22 lakh FRA patta holders residing in forest areas for recognizing and securing forest rights. Improving infrastructure of government residential schools and hostels on lines of PM Shri schools. Advanced facilities for diagnosis of sickle cell disease. Tribal Multipurpose Marketing Center for marketing of tribal products. Cabinet clears proposal of One Nation One Election 1.0. Amendments to Constitution in 2 steps. First, simultaneous conduct of Lok Sabha and Assembly elections, no ratification of states required. Second, synchronization of first step with local elections. By conducting municipalities and panchayat elections within 100 days of general elections, requires ratification by not less than 1/2 of the states. Cabinet gave approval for development of first module of Bharatiya Antariksh Station, Bus 1, and undertake missions to demonstrate and validate various technologies for building and operating bus. Significance of bus fulfill Amrit Kal vision for creation of bus by 2035 and Indian crewed lunar mission by 2040. Union Cabinet also approved the development of Next Generation Launch Vehicle, NGLV, a significant step towards establishing and operating bus. It will have 3 times the payload capability of Launch Vehicle Mark 3, LVM-3, with ability to carry up to 30 tons to low Earth orbit, LEO. It will have a reusable first stage resulting in low-cost access to space and modular green propulsion systems. Union Cabinet approves Biotechnology Research Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development BioRide scheme. 3 components, it combines 2 existing schemes with a new third component, Biotechnology Research and Development R&D. Industrial and Entrepreneurship Development INDD. Biomanufacturing and Biofoundry B&B. This new component aims at furthering India's goal of creating a circular bioeconomy in alignment with Lifestyle for the Environment Life mission. Cabinet approves continuation of schemes of Pradhan Mantri Annatta Sanraksha Abhiyan PM Asha. Government has converged the Price Support Scheme PSS and Price Stabilization Fund PSF schemes in PM Asha to serve the farmers and consumers more efficiently. Components of scheme: Price Support Scheme PSS, procurement of notified pulses, all seeds and copra at minimum support price under PSS set at 25% of national production. Ceilings will not be applicable in case of Tur, Urad and Masoor for 2024-25 season. Price Stabilization Fund PSF government will procure pulses at market price when above MSP, including from pre-registered farmers on eSamriddhi, NEFT and eSayukti, NCCF portals. Price Deficit Payment Scheme (PDPS) coverage for all seeds increased to 40% with a 4-month implementation period. Market Intervention Scheme (MIS) coverage increased to 25% now. Differential payment will go directly into the farmer's account. Government will cover transport and storage costs for top, tomato, onion and potato crops. U.S. Food and Drug Administration granted breakthrough device status to Neuralink BlindSight. BlindSight is an experimental vision restoring implant which aims to assist individuals who have lost their sight or were born blind, initially offering low-resolution vision. Recently, MOUs were signed under Green Strategic Partnership to strengthen the India-Denmark's maritime relations. Under GSP, collaboration has expanded across key areas such as quality shipping, cooperation on port state control, maritime training and education, etc. Union Cabinet approved the establishment of National Center of Excellence (NCOE) for animation, visual effects, gaming, comics and extended reality (AVGCXR). NCOE will be set up in Mumbai as a Section 8 company, non-profit organization under the Companies Act, 2013. The International Rhino Foundation, IRF, published the State of the Rhino Report. Findings of report: greater one-horned rhinos are benefiting from improved habitats and wildlife corridors. Its population has grown 20% in the last decade and now exceeds 4,000 animals. IUCN status: vulnerable. New study highlights the role circumnutations could play in plant growth patterns. About circumnutation, it refers to small, continuous movements made by plants to explore their environments. These movements appear as spirals or zigzags. Significance: it is an inherent behavior across plant species, allowing them to adapt to environmental conditions and maximize their growth potential. E.g., self-organization of sunflower. Sunflowers form a zigzag pattern when grown in dense rows, allowing sunflowers to lean away from one another, avoiding shade and maximizing sunlight exposure. Indian scientists have developed a sustainable pheromone dispenser with a controlled release rate which can help reduce costs of pest control and management. Released pheromones alter the behavior of the target insect species and attract them to sticky traps. About pheromones: pheromones are chemical signals which trigger a response or elicit specific behavioral expressions from the opposite sex, same sex or both sexes of the same species. Pheromones can be found in body fluids like urine, sweat, specialized exocrine glands, and genital mucus secretions. Used by insects to help attract mates, warn about predators, and find food. Ministry of Commerce and Industry unveiled the Artificial Intelligence (AI) and Machine Learning (ML) based trademark search technology and IP Sarthi chatbot. Solimoes, one of the main tributaries of the mighty Amazon River, is facing the worst drought on record. Nearby Lake Tefi has also dried up. India has sent a formal notice to Pakistan seeking the review and modification of the Indus Water Treaty (IWT). About the latest notice is issued under Article 12(3) of the IWT, signaling India's intent to revoke and renegotiate the 64-year-old treaty. Article 12(3) states, "The provisions of this treaty may from time to time be modified by a duly ratified treaty concluded for that purpose between the two governments." The two notifications come amidst a prolonged controversy over the construction of two hydel projects by India in Jammu and Kashmir, one on Kishanganga, a tributary of Jhelum, in Bandipora district, and the other, Ratle hydroelectric project, on Chenab in Kishtwar district. Both are run-of-the-river projects. MRAM Magnetoresistive Random Access Memory. MRAM combines the best of both worlds, non-volatility, like flash memory, and speed, like RAM. Under the proposed Article 82, all state assemblies elected in any general election held after the appointed date will conclude at the end of the Lok Sabha's full term, regardless of whether they have completed their 5-year term or not. Recently, the tea industry has seen a rise in price of around 13% for the Assam and West Bengal teas due to a drop in tea production in 2024. Impact on small tea growers, STGs, which operate on holdings of less than 1 hectare, account for over 55% of India's total tea production and 65% of West Bengal's tea output. Loss of production and decline in export price disproportionately impact them. Negative ripple effect. It would have a negative impact on the bought leaf factories, BLFs, as STGs provide raw material for these factories. BLFs are tea factories that buy tea leaves from other growers and process them into finished tea. Learning from other countries. Equipping farmers with knowledge to produce high-quality tea sustainably is critical. Kenya Tea Development Agency, KTDA, has introduced the Farmer Field Schools, FFSs, model that offers hands-on learning on increasing productivity and quality through planting, fine plucking, preparing for certification, etc. According to recent estimates based on a new methodology termed food recovery to avoid methane emissions, FRAME, food banks play a crucial role in mitigating climate change by significantly reducing greenhouse gas, GHG, emissions. Each food bank can prevent emissions equivalent to taking 900 gasoline-powered cars off the road for a year. FRAME is a tool designed to quantify and mitigate the environmental impact of food loss and waste, FLW, through food recovery and redistribution. The FRAME pilot project in Mexico and Ecuador analyzed 6 community-led food banks, finding that they collectively prevented 816 metric tons of methane emissions in a year, averaging 136 metric tons per food bank. India's per capita food waste is 55 kilograms per year, with rural areas wasting less than urban areas. In South Asia, Bhutan has the lowest per capita food waste at 19 kilograms per year, while Pakistan has the highest at 130 kilograms per year. Key facts about Sir M. Visvesvaraya. Engineering contributions, flood control and irrigation. He is best known for his pioneering work in flood control and irrigation projects. His design of the Krishna Rajasagara, KRS, dam in Mysore revolutionized water storage and irrigation. Automatic water floodgates. In 1903, he developed an innovative system of automatic water floodgates, which were installed at the Khadakwasla Dam in Pune. Urban planning. Visvesvaraya played a critical role in the planning of the city of Hyderabad, improving its drainage and water supply systems. He served as the Diwan of Mysore, 1912 to 1918, and implemented major industrial and economic reforms. He is widely recognized as an early advocate and practitioner of economic planning in India, called the Visvesvaraya Plan, which he presented in a book titled Planned Economy in India. Honors and recognition. In 1955, he was awarded India's highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna, for his exceptional service to the nation. Sir M. Visvesvaraya was appointed in 1911 as a Companion of the Order of the Indian Empire (CIE) by King Edward VII. In 1915, he was conferred the title of Knight Commander of the Order of the Indian Empire (KCIE) for his contributions to the public good. He received an honorary membership from the Institution of Civil Engineers, London, a fellowship from the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and several honorary degrees, including D.Sc, LL.D, and D.Lit from 8 universities in India. He presided over the Indian Science Congress in 1923. Engineers Day, his birth anniversary, 15th September, is celebrated annually as Engineers Day in India to honor his legacy and contributions to the field of engineering. Chief of Defence Staff, CDS, background. Its creation was recommended in 2001 by a group of ministers, GOEM, that was tasked with studying the Kargil Review Committee, 1999, report. After the GOEM recommendations, in preparation for the post of CDS, the government created the Integrated Defence Staff in 2002, which was to eventually serve as the CDS's secretariat. In 2012, the Naresh Chandra Committee recommended the appointment of a permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee as a midway to eliminate apprehensions over the CDS. Finally, the post of CDS was created in 2019 on the recommendations of a committee of defense experts headed by Lt. General D.B. Shekhtkar. General Bipin Rawat was the first CDS in the country and was appointed on 31st December 2019. Roles and responsibilities. He also heads the newly created Department of Military Affairs, DMA, in the Ministry of Defence. The CDS will be the single-point military advisor to the Defence Minister on matters involving all three services, and the service chiefs will be obliged to confine their counsel to issues pertaining to their respective services. As the head of DMA, CDS is vested with the authority in prioritizing inter-service procurement decisions as permanent chairman Chiefs of Staff Committee. The CDS is also vested with the authority to provide directives to the three chiefs. However, he does not enjoy any command authority over any of the forces. CDS is first among equals. He enjoys the rank of secretary within the DOD, Department of Defense, and his powers will be confined to only the revenue budget. He will also perform an advisory role in the Nuclear Command Authority, NCA. Swabhav Swachhata Sanskar Swachhata, 4S. 3 pillars of 4S 2024 campaign: Swachhata Ki Bhagidari, public participation, awareness, and advocacy for Swachh Bharat. Sampurna Swachhata, mega cleanliness drives targeting difficult and dirty spots, cleanliness target units. Safai Mitra Suraksha Shivir, single window service, safety, and recognition camps for sanitation workers' welfare and health. Miladun Nabi, Eid Milad. It commemorates the birth of the Prophet. According to tradition, the Prophet was born on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal, 3rd month of the Islamic calendar, in Mecca in 570 CE. Notably, the Prophet also passed away on this same day. Recently, the Indian men's hockey team won the 5th Asian Champions Trophy 2024 in China by defeating China 1-0 in the final. The Indian REITs Association, IRA, recently launched Data Benchmarking Institutions, DBIs, to provide investors with detailed information on real estate investment trusts, REITs. Overpopulated spotted deer in Madhya Pradesh's Pench Tiger Reserve are stressing the habitat, prompting relocation efforts to balance the ecosystem. The spotted deer, or chital, is the most common deer species in Indian forests. Scientific name Axis. The International Sustainability Standards Board, ISSB, a part of IFRS Foundation, has issued two standards under the IFRS Sustainability Disclosure Standard Program. Built around four key areas: governance, management controls for monitoring risks and opportunities; strategy, approaches for managing identified risks and opportunities; risk management, processes for assessing and prioritizing risks; metrics, measurement and target setting for goals. It is influenced by the TCFD, Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures. According to a report by the Eurasian Development Bank, between 14% and 30% of glaciers in the Tian Shan and Pamir, two main mountain ranges in Central Asia, have melted over the last 60 years. Adigene Glacier has retreated by around 16 centimeters, 6 inches, every year. Elephant culling in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe to cull 200 elephants to alleviate food shortages amid drought. A new, well-preserved coelacanth fossil has prompted a re-evaluation of how Earth's geology drives evolution. What are coelacanths? They are ancient deep-sea fish, believed to be extinct until rediscovered in 1938. They have been around for over 410 million years and are closely related to tetrapods. A newly discovered, well-preserved coelacanth fossil has led scientists to re-evaluate evolution, revealing that tectonic plate activity, rather than ocean conditions, played a key role in driving the creation of new species. This challenges previous assumptions about how Earth's geology influences evolutionary patterns. This discovery came from a fossil in Australia's Gogo Formation. The living coelacanth species, although similar to their ancient relatives, show slight changes in DNA and body proportions, challenging the idea that they are living fossils. India's first CO2-to-methanol pilot plant is set to be established in Pune, Maharashtra, as part of a public-private partnership between IIT Delhi and Thermax. It aims to advance carbon capture and utilization (CCU) technologies, contributing to India's climate goals and carbon reduction efforts. The initiative also ties into broader efforts by Niti Aayog and the Ministry of Petroleum to reduce crude oil imports by blending 15% methanol in diesel. A recent study by UNSW Sydney highlights the role of food theft, or kleptoparasitism, in the spread of the deadly H5N1 avian influenza among seabirds. This behavior, practiced by species like frigate birds and skuas, involves forcing other birds to regurgitate prey, potentially transmitting the virus through saliva-coated food.